Hi everyone, it's Meredith with Soul Navigation. Forgive me, I have a little bit of a cold. I've got my tissue here just in case I can't make it through this video. But today we're going to talk about everything Libra part 2. You know, in my last Libra video, I kind of, I don't know, I feel like I shortchanged them. It was my shortest video. It was only about 10 minutes and I just felt like I left so much on the table. So I have to go back and do my Leo part 2 and my Virgo part 2. But today I wanted to do my Libra part 2, and then I'll go back and redo those as well, or continue to my library. But if you've been tuning in to my astrology videos, I like to create an awareness and an opening because we have a tendency to stereotype people into their sun signs, and it's just so much deeper than that. There are over 40,000 different elements that make up a chart. And so if your Libra energy is your rising sign or your sun sign or your moon sign, or if you have a lot of planets in the 7th house, you're going to really be able to relate to this video. And if you want to know how to sort of deal with the Libras in your life, I think this is really going to help you. And we're in Libra energy right now. So between September 22nd and October 20th, that's Libra energy. And what's interesting about Libra energy is the scales. It's the representation, or the symbolism is the scales. And it likes to create balance and harmony, unity, reciprocity, friendship, and love and connection. And if you think about between September 22nd and October 2nd, October 20th, so the 22nd of September through the 20th of October, roughly, the days and the nights are about in equal proportion. So it's very interesting. Also, you know, Venus, the planet of love, beauty, peace, and harmony, rules Libra. And Libra is so happy when it is, when Venus is in Libra, I should say Venus is so happy, right? Libra is so happy. It's so contented there. It's considered in detriment when it's in Mars. Now, I have to say something about this because I have Mars in Libra. And I'll tell you, it's one of the best things in my chart because it gives me grace. And it really helps me navigate difficult challenges and water and keep my wits about myself. So I want to talk about the deeper side of Libra. Because they're Venetian, I think sometimes they're revered or seen as a little bit superficial or focused only on the beauty. But these are the great strategists. These people are so friggin' brilliant. So sit back, get your coffee, get your drink. I've got my mint water with a little ginger and lemon just to help me get through this video. But I want to talk about Libras because, you know, everybody says that their lives are, peace or peaceful, and it's just not true. They actually very rarely have super peaceful lives. And I'll tell you about that a little bit later, and I'll tell you why. But their task in this lifetime is to become or develop inside of them the diplomat and the harmonizer. And they have a energy about them that basically they can manage high levels of conflict by becoming the bridge, and by becoming the great strategist, and by becoming a phenomenal negotiator and an absolutely brilliant communicator. So they oftentimes are placed in high conflict situations in order to teach peace. You know, if you're in a peaceful environment or a peaceful situation, you don't need to teach peace, right? So they almost cannot find their identity inside peaceful situations. I know that sounds ironic, but they need chaos. They need discordance. They need a lack of harmony in order to bring their gifts into full culmination. And if they're just in a peaceful, easy feeling of a world, then they sort of are not able to tap their deepest gifts. So, and talents. Now, I have all my notes here, so I don't want to miss anything because it's so imperative that I get this right for you. These people will oftentimes find themselves in a lifetime with opposing forces, and it can be black and white. It can be a step family that doesn't get along. It can be inequality. It could be situations that are unfair, not balanced, have no reciprocity. And they are here to literally co-join and create partnerships and relationships, bridging and merging opposing forces to create balanced, harmonious, loving, kind, peaceful, diplomatic energy. They're here to harmonize, and they're here to build diplomatic bridges, and they are incredible at this. Now, their pitfall in this lifetime, I'll just put it out here real fast, is to become too indecisive and become out of touch with what they really feel. They can become superficial because it's hard living inside that level of chronic crisis, if you will, and they can hide their conflict, and so they can struggle operating independently on their own. Oftentimes they need a force of two oppositions to know who they are. They cannot know themselves. Truthfully, they cannot genuinely know their opinion on something until choices are sabotaged or taken away, because they are great strategists. And so they figure out who they are in crisis, and they are amazing at it. Absolutely amazing. So if Libra's life is to become a bridge to others, they have to master the art of relating, the art of relationships. And when you meet a highly capable Libra, I guarantee you they've mastered the art of relationships. And what they are so brilliant at, Libras are so smart. They are so brilliant. They're of that air sign. And so they're in that same triangle with the Aquariuses and the Geminis. Libras are brilliant. And not only are they brilliant, they wrap it up with a kindness, and they wrap it up with kind of a brilliant way of relating to you, or relating their intelligence into the world. And this is where they get their genius. So not only are they smart, they can actually deliver their concept with the tact, the grace, and the diplomacy that that the idea, if you will, or the strategy needs. So it's like sometimes Aquarius is so brilliant, but they're not always the very best to deliver the concept because they don't have that mastery of the relationship. So they're master diplomats. They're able to merge and flow with others effortlessly. And they add beauty and charm and wit and grace and elegance to every situation that they come into contact with. They make things a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more balanced, a little bit more fair, a little bit better for all. And so they're highly refined people, and they are skilled strategists with people. And at worst, on the flip side of this, they can be the strategic chameleon and not truly meaning what they say. And they can also become completely paralyzed with indecision. And I'll go into that a little bit more later. But at their very best, they are the pure embodiment of harmonizing. And God, doesn't the world need them now? I was looking at, now sometimes they're misunderstood to be a little bit weak because they're so kind. And these people are not weak. They're actually quite cunning. They are not weak, but their niceness and their beauty can be misunderstood for that. Oh, wonderful. I have these people joining. Thank you. Yes, Cindy has a lot of Libras. Let me keep going because I'm on a roll. And if you have any comments, I want you to put them in there. I love it. Thank you for talking to me. But I want to tell you something. I went and I looked at, gosh, who are our Libra presidents? And I pulled up a screen of United States presidents. And this is what I did. I swear I did this. Now, I know a lot of presidents' birthdays, modern day presidents, because, well, I study this. I know Donald Trump is a Gemini. I know Thomas Jefferson is an Aries. So when I looked at these presidents, I was like, I don't know if we've had a Libra president. I don't know if we have, because people underestimate Libras as too nice. And so I saw the list of presidents and I'm like, I bet you anything Jimmy Carter was a Libra. I bet you anything. He was a brilliant strategist. Now, whether you're a Democrat or a Republican, it does not matter. I'm only talking disposition, okay? Not talking politics. You can go to my Twitter feed to see all my politics if you're brave enough. But I'm only talking disposition. I clicked on his face. What do you know? I think he was born October 1st, Libra. And I just thought, yeah, that's perfect. Jimmy Carter is a Libra. He's a Libra president. I don't know if we could handle having a Libra president right now, but I sure know we would benefit from one. And I think we really need one. Ironically, I think Theresa May is a Libra and David Cameron is a Libra. So let me tell you some other Libras so you can put this in your mind. I want you to think about these people. Think about these people as the quintessential harmonizer. People who, we all think that Libras are super concerned about love. And let me tell you, while their ruling planet, Venus, is the planet of love, love comes easily for them, but they are the embodiment of love. They're not preoccupied with love. So I want to make this clear, okay, because this is a little bit different. They are the embodiment. They are the vessel of love, but they are not necessarily preoccupied with being madly in love. I think they do better in relationships. I think they look for relationships. But when you are the vessel of love, you're not, necessarily out there looking for love because you are it. I hope this makes sense. Here's what they are preoccupied with, though. And this is why I want to do these videos, because I think we misunderstand the deeper elements of these signs. We chalk them up to, pretty, and it is so much bigger than that. We chalk Scorpio up to sexy. We chalk Sagittarius up to, funny or big. And there's just so much more here. Libra is not preoccupied with love as much as it's preoccupied with fairness, with unity, with togetherness, with balance, with harmony, with what I give you, you return to me. What I share with you, I find in me. And it is yes, until strategically it isn't in their best interest to love you, then they will cut you off cold. They are an air sign. And when Libra is done, they can oftentimes be done. They do cut, they can amputate. All the air signs, Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra, they can cut off. And it is very true. These people are strategists. And it is true that they can be quite cold, because this is very interesting. They are a mental sign. So their energy is in their mind. It is not in their heart, even though they're ruled by the planet Venus. Pisces has a hard time saying goodbye, and so does Cancer. But Libra, they are the strategists. They are logical, ultimately. And they're the love that they, remember when I said they're the vessel of love? It's kind of a mental love. It's in their mind. Okay, I want to give you something about Libras. I want to show you how damn smart these people are. Now, when you're smart with people, you become a marketing genius and a communications genius, whether that's your job or not. That's what you can do in your sleep. So I want to demonstrate to you how friggin' smart these people are. So when you're a Libra, okay, let me go back. When you're any other sign, maybe with the except my cats, you'll get entertained in the background with my cats. When you are any other sign other than maybe Gemini and Aquarius, and now speaking of Libra, you look at the world pretty straightforwardly. Basically, there's depth, but with a Libra, you see life as an Rubik's Cube. So you see all sides to every equation that is presented to you. So for example, if, I don't know, you and I are talking about maybe going skiing. Well, I'm just talking about, do you want to go skiing? I mean, it sounds like a great thing. There's going to be great snow up on the mountain. You know, we could go around 8 or 10 or whatever. Do you want to go? And you're thinking as a Libra, where does she live? How am I going to get her? Do I have tickets? How much is it going to cost? Do I have the right boots? Do I have, let's check the snow conditions. Who's going to drive? Who's not going to drive? What are we going to drink? What are we going to eat? How are we going to do? Blah, 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 blah. And you're going to think of just a ski trip in this equation that looks at it from every single person's perspective and what every single person needs. It's a little bit like Virgo, but it isn't so much based in the logistics. It's based in creating harmony and creating unity, creating a fairness, creating sort of bridging the whole thing together so it is a wonderful experience for all. And so any equation, if I was to talk to you about buying a car, you would see every single side of the cube. Now, they do this chronically and constantly with every single thing. So there's a delay when you're involved with a Libra because the analysis is like a chessboard. So they are not just moving their pawn one space. They're 6 steps ahead. They're like the knight in the game of chess, up to and over one. And so they have this incredible way of understanding the motives and the operations of every single person involved in the equation. And this is where they are masterminds. They are so intuitive. They blend intelligence with intuition better than any other sign in the whole zodiac. They are so highly intuitive because they can read people's motives up to and over. How's this ski trip going to affect you and you and you and you? And how are we going to pull this whole thing off so everybody feels good about it? Libras are absolutely brilliant people strategists, and they're geniuses this way. If you know a Libra that is absolutely not good with people, something's not whole inside of them, or they just have a lot of Scorpio inside of them and they're kind of shut down because these people were born, literally came out of the womb, knowing the art of compromise, knowing the art of deeply understanding someone else. They can understand that a Rubik's Cube, if you will, everybody's perspective so deeply, so intensely, and so aware of what you think, what you need, what you want, that sometimes they don't know what they want. They don't know what they feel. They genuinely don't know because they are so in tune with what, oh my God, my cats. I swear they know I'm talking to you and they're mad at me. They're skidding, ruining my hardwoods. Who cares, right? Oh my God. Anyways, they are so aware and so in touch with what every other person needs and needs deeply in order to create harmony that they lose themselves in the ideas and opinions of others. Now, this is a gift. This is a blessing. I mean, it's when you're loved by a Libra, you feel really seen. You feel listened to, but it's painful for them sometimes because they literally, oftentimes they don't know who they are until they mature later in life. And they are really capable, highly capable. Remember I said they're like born able to do marketing and communications, to persuade and maneuver, to persuade and move people and to maneuver situations. And that's why they are brilliant leaders. They can maneuver situations effortlessly, and like I said, at their worst, they don't know what they want. It's hard to truly get to know a Libra, and it's oftentimes, when they're not developed or when they're young, easier for them to be who they think you want them to be. And sometimes they don't learn who they are. And this is the saddest case of unhealthy Libras. And after they mature, they come in touch with what they really want out of life and who they really are in this world. And then watch them become a bridge to two impossible things. Now, as I said, we really need our Libras right now for harmony and beauty and peace. And oftentimes Libras just are not in peaceful situations because, again, they're here to teach peace. They're here to be the bridge. They're oftentimes stuck between two hard spots to negotiate, to strategize, and to maneuver through the challenge, to create basically breakthroughs inside relationships. Show me a Libra that's had an easy life, and I'll show you a Libra that feels worthless, because they are here to manage crisis. They're here to fight for reciprocity. They're here to understand what is mutually beneficial to all sides. They're here to create unity. And what I mean by this, in opposing forces. So in people who are against sides or combative with one another, Libras will merge opposing ideas together. That's when they are their very best. Again, my example of Jimmy Carter, and he's still doing it. So what is the bottom line? What will you receive from a really healthy Libra? Libras will teach grace effortlessly. So what does teaching grace mean? It means effortlessly creating beauty, peace, and harmony with zero sweat equity. Zero. You will not see a Libra sweat when they are in their state of pure grace, which is their highest self. And let's see what Courtney says. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. She's so sweet. I want to restate this. We think Libras are focused or are obsessed with love, and they're not. They are obsessed with reciprocity, with unity, with fairness, with equality. And they use their loving vessel, their energy, to create those things. They are love. Now, one thing that I want to tell you is be nice to your Libras. Libras are so beautiful, and they are so generous and kind that they, truthfully, they get underestimated. They get underestimated as a pretty face. I think Kim Kardashian is a Libra. I hate to even talk about her, but I will. I just want to say it. And she has sort of distilled herself down to being just a pretty face. But there is a brilliant strategist in her, isn't there? Whether you like her or you don't. I bring up people on here that I like and that I don't like and all that. My opinion doesn't matter. I just want you to take a look at the entity, the energy. She is brilliant. I don't know. She dyed her hair blonde and got 2 million likes. What the hell? So there is a brilliant social strategist in her and a marketing and communication genius. Whether we like it or don't, there is. And that's what I'm kind of talking about. I wish she was doing something more with her 2 million likes personally, but that's the kind of genius that Libras have inside of them with other people. And what I was going to say is be nice to your Libras. See the depth in them, because they are not just a pretty face. I promise you this, they are not a pretty face only. They usually are born beautiful, and they usually are breathtakingly beautiful. Now, some Libras are slovenly. I have seen that before. And something just didn't get cultivated in them. But their physical structures, they're supposed to be beautiful in this world because they're the embodiment of grace and love and beauty and harmony. And so, but when I said be nice to them, forgive me, what I really meant is respect them. Respect their depth, respect their deep intuition meets intelligence. Respect the fact that these are some of the most creative thinkers on the planet. And when I say creative thinkers, I mean brilliant minds, because they are thrown into crisis and chaos perpetually. Their lives are not simple because they're here to be that bridge, right? Well, the only way to do that really successfully is to be creative. So they are creative problem solvers, understanding the needs of all aspects of the equation. Their minds are working overtime. They want a yes so bad. I am telling you, they want a yes so bad. They will go to the ends of the earth for you to make that no a yes, because they care about the unity and the relationship. And so the only way they can sometimes, or most of the times, get a yes out of two combative forces is to be brilliantly creative, to think outside of the box, to create a solution and a strategy that will benefit all people, all sides, and they are the great compromiser. I mean, these people understand the art of compromise. Let's give you a little bit, let's give you a little bit, and my God, we need these people. So whoever my Libras are, or if you're involved with a Libra right now, really encourage them in their worlds to create harmony, to remember that they're the vessel of love, to remember that they have such brilliant work inside of them. And if it hasn't come out of them yet, maybe you can help them cultivate that. Now, the one thing about Libras is, I promise you this, sometimes they don't know what they feel, and they don't like that feeling. And so you think they're vacant, and they're not vacant. What they're doing is analyzing up here what the best feeling is to have. And sometimes it's not an authentic feeling because they don't like conflict, right? So they don't like the ugly emotions. So they don't want to choose from hatred or jealousy or envy. I don't want those. I don't want to choose those. I want to choose something better, but I don't feel something better. So you know what? I don't know what I feel because I don't want to feel the ugly emotion. And so sometimes we have to give our Libras the A-OK to just choose the ugly, icky, gross emotion. It's okay if you're jealous. It's okay. I'm still gonna love you. But they can't oftentimes deal with the conflict that bubbles up inside of them when they pick the ugly emotions. And because they're air, they can detach and choose something else. And so sometimes they don't live authentically because they don't feel the world will benefit if they do. And that's just not true. Love your Libra enough to allow them to be authentic in their ugly emotions. Give them permission to be ugly, to choose the ugly emotion, to not always be, harmonizing, if you will, to be human. Okay, there's my Libra video. Do you guys have any questions? If you do, no, Jean, you have to go back and watch the whole video. They're not just pushovers. Anyways, I'm signing off now. I'm sorry if you missed it. I'll repost it here and you can watch again. And if you have any comments or questions, feel free to type them out and I'll answer as many as I can. Take good care. And then look for my Leo and my Virgo videos coming up. I'm going to do a quick change and come back. Bye.